Hi, my name is Amber Kivett, and I'm a certified athletic trainer and human performance specialist for Lifepro. I'm excited today. I've been waiting for this product to arrive for a long time, so let me get right to it. It's the Axis Air Compression Massage System. A lot of you might recognize this as the compression boots system for recovery. It comes with 4 compression chambers, which will take care of you from your feet, calves, thighs, and hips. It will run from anywhere from 5 minutes to 90 minutes. And the controller, as you can see, is very easy to hold in the palm of your hand, easy to travel with, and runs without a plug-in in a wireless setting for several hours at a time. Enclosed is a lithium-ion battery that you can get 3 to 6 hours for a full charge and takes 3 hours to recharge. Because we have 4 different compression chambers within our set of boots here, you're going to experience 16 different pressure intensity settings. Coming pre-programmed, located on page 11 of your user manual, you will find 4 different mode options that are going to change the pressure inflation and deflation throughout all 4 of those chambers in a cyclic manner so that you can experience the treatment without having to take control of the controller in your own mind. Let's go ahead and get started as to what all comes in your set. Make sure you keep track of this because you're going to need this to go over your tips, maintenance, and safety suggestions on page 13 through 17 of the manual. So with your air compression massage system, you're going to get a travel case, which when you unzip is going to have an extra carry strap and your plug-in so that you can plug into the control unit on the back into the wall for the full charge. You can use this extra space for your controller, or when you go to fold up one set of your boots, they will conveniently fit in the front as well as in the back. So we turn it over and you have a whole nother compartment here on the back side in which you can fit extra parts or the other set of boots. Now, as you can see, we have a lot of different attachment points here, but if you're not familiar with the air compression massage system, these are different from other boots that are on the market or other massage systems that we have sold in the past in that it has a zipper that you're going to be able to slide your leg into. We'll zip it all the way up, and then these hoses are going to be channeled into the 4 different chambers all the way from the foot up to the hip and thigh. So that being said, let's go ahead and give it a try. So as you're going to see, we have 2 large boots with a control panel. What we're going to do here is, as you see on the back side of the control panel, there's a slot here for 8 prongs. On the end of your hose here, one side has an arrow and one side does not. We want to make sure that we take the arrow and align it here at the top where it will clip in. Now, if you get confused which side is right, when I pull out, you're going to see there's a very, very small little point right here, which is going to correlate with the small point on the attachment in the control panel. You're going to push that until you hear both sides clip in, and then your boots are now attached. Now, the hard part isn't so much of getting everything unfolded, it's all a matter of actually getting them on. So the easiest way to do this is to have your control panel positioned where you want it. You're going to have a seat with your control panel out in front of you. And very carefully, you're going to unzip just the middle. What I want to make sure that you remember, this is Velcroed in. It already comes pre-attached into the air chambers. So you don't want to have to change any of this setup whatsoever. In fact, we've made this so it's Velcroed to keep everything out of the way and keeping you in a clutter-free space. So from here, we're going to slide. I have found over time, if we slide our foot into the boot without unzipping all the way, it's a lot easier to get yourself situated. You want to get this up as high as you can onto your thigh and zip it up as high as you can get it. Now I know you're wondering, how big are these boots? Am I going to be able to fit into it? Is my foot going to be able to fit in the foot compartment? So if we look at the foot component, the foot chamber here is 16.5 inches. The calf is 19.7 inches, and we're measuring circumference. So circumference is all the distance around those areas. So we're going to measure the distance around the foot, the distance around the calf, the distance around the thigh up here, and then up here in the hip. Now, a lot of people mistake the hips for being up here, but we just need to know right here at the top portion of the boot. So again, the foot is 16.5, the calf is 19.7, the thigh is 23.6, and the hip is 27.6. When we're looking at toe to heel length, the tip from the toe to the heel is 11.8 inches. So if you wear a size 13 shoe, you can still fit into it, but your piggly wigglies might be sticking out the end. From your ankle to your hip, that inseam is gonna be 31.5 inches, all right? So now we're all in. Now I just gotta get my cords to where they're free and on top. So again, we're featuring 16 preset intensities, 4 different massage modes, M1, M2, M3, M4. You can elect to go from 5 minutes to 90 minutes all the way up, and it's really quiet at only 49 to 60 decibels. All right, so let's go ahead and power on. So from here, we're gonna push and hold, and you're gonna see the battery shows 4 different LED lights. Each one of those lights represents about 25% of battery life total. So the further to the end you get, the closer you are to that 100% amount of battery you have. It's going to show you here that my mode right now is in 1, that my time automatically here is set at 30 minutes, and that my pressure or intensity is going to be 90 millimeters of mercury. You're going to change intensity by pushing the plus button. Short touch is going to give you 30 millimeters of mercury at a time, and if you press and hold, it's going to give you 10 at a time, and so you get to the desired pressure setting. If you're not quite sure where you're going to fit up in the massage intensity, let's remember that low is equal to 30 millimeters of mercury, medium is going to be 105, 110 millimeters of mercury, and high is going to be all the way up to 240 millimeters of mercury. If you're just beginning and you've never experienced this before, I highly recommend that you start in a low level of intensity, because once this starts to compress and the chambers start to fill all the way up, because all 4 chambers work together, again, if you're not used to that sensation and if you are experiencing claustrophobia in other areas of your life, definitely start with a lower level, because you're going to feel the constriction, which is actually pretty soothing. Just want to make sure that you're ready for it. So start out with low and work your way up to high as you feel comfortable with it. All right, so let's go ahead and lower that back down to 30. Now, the other thing I want you to see here is we have 4 different LED lights. We have one for the foot, one for the calf, one for the thigh, and one for the hip. Let's say you're just recovering from an ACL reconstruction, and you don't want to have any pressure whatsoever on your knee, but you want to work on increasing the circulation or working on that lymphatic system in the lower leg or in the upper thigh. You have the option of turning off each one of these chambers as you feel necessary. You're going to push the position button, and each position will light up and blink with that LED mode. If you're wanting to turn off that specific chamber, so for instance, my calf chamber, I'm going to push confirm, and it's going to turn that specific chamber off. However, if I'm working in massage mode 1 or 2, 3, 4, doesn't matter. We're going to get all 3 of those other chambers working, but that one that you don't want to feel, you have the option of turning that off. So as you see right now, when I push start, I'm going to feel all those chambers inflating except for the calf chamber. The calf chamber is completely shut down. So what exactly is mode 1? Mode 1 inflates and deflates in order from the foot, calf, thigh, and hip, and it all repeats within a cycle. And it repeats nonstop until your time is up. Mode 2 is going to inflate only one chamber at a time until it's completely full. It's going to work its way up all the way through, and when all 4 chambers are full, they're all going to deflate all at the same time. Mode number 3, we start with the foot. The feet inflate and then they hold. The calves then start to inflate. So the feet have been on hold, the calves are inflating, they go on hold. the thigh starts to inflate, and then while the thighs are inflating, the feet start to deflate while the calves and the thigh are on hold. So if that makes sense, we're kind of working like a laddered position in that one chamber is on hold, the other is filling while the other's on hold. And as we work our way up in inflating, the bottom starts to deflate little by little until we start over. So think of it this way. We're working a lymphatic pump, pumping all of that energy back up towards our midline, pumping up at a time while we're experiencing each component working on its own. Now mode number 4, we're gonna feel all 4 inflate together, and then all 4 are going to deflate together. So let me rephrase that. You're gonna feel the entire boot, all 4 chambers are gonna fill up completely, and then at the same time that they're all filling up, when they become full, they're all 4 going to release the pressure at the same time. It's an amazing sensation. So when I start that over, I can go back through here to the position button, and I can work my way through, and like right now I've got the calf turned off. I can turn the calf back on so that I can experience all of them. I'm gonna go back through into mode number 1, and we're gonna hit that, and at any time, if I want more intensity, I can increase the intensity button, and in my case, I'm increasing it by 30 at a time by pushing short. So I want more intensity, and this feels really good. Now, when we are starting, I don't know if I already mentioned this, but depending on which massage mode you're wanting to use, as soon as you turn on the unit, what automatically by default goes to mode 1 for 30 minutes with 90 millimeters of mercury pressure with all 4 chambers operating together. So again, make sure you keep your user manual handy, learning how to use the many different tips, the maintenance suggestions, and the safety precaution and contraindications to enjoy the Axis air compression systems at the greatest potential possible. Make sure that you activate that warranty within 14 days of your purchase because it is a lifetime warranty. Make sure you take advantage of that. Last but not least, make sure that you keep an eye on me on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, as we are always releasing new products and providing different suggestions as to how you can get the most use and benefit out of our different devices, including the Axis air compressor massage system. We really appreciate your time today. We can't wait to hear how we are making a difference in your life.